Hi there. Oh, look at me, professional as ever. Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my live 10-minute moan, and this one will probably be about 10 minutes. Just the update on a story that is breaking news just now, which I find very odd. It's a horrific thing that's happened, but there's some really peculiar things in this story. And again, we see a story where something horrible's happened, and I feel the reporting of it and what the police are releasing is a bit iffy, if I'm perfectly honest. And there's a couple of reasons I think this is particularly iffy, and if you just bear with me, I've just lost my screen that I was wanting to pull up, so I'll just need to get that back up. So the news has been reported today as breaking news, and the first thing I want to point out to you, I'm just going to share this screen if I can. There we go. So you're looking at my Google Live as it is. So the first thing is, if I go to news, McDonald's attack, put it in date order, we'll see we have Daily Record, GB News, Mirror, who are the same people as the Record, Southend Echo, Halstead Gazette, Daily Star, all breaking news, right? What I found peculiar is, look down the bottom here, UK News and Pictures. The same story 17 hours ago, right? And then the next one was 4 days ago, which is about a totally different attack. So this one outlet had this story 17 hours ago, which is probably not the UK mainstream media outlet. I don't even know who this UK News and Pictures are, right? Because that's breaking news that everybody else is catching on to within the last, as you can see here, the Daily Star, 31 minutes ago, happened yesterday at 5:30 p.m. And I find that particularly odd. This is quite a big thing. There's 6 people went to hospital after 4 men burst into a McDonald's in Essex. And I don't know how many were injured, but 6 went to hospital. Now, thankfully, it doesn't seem that serious. But the fact that it's took that long for it to hit the papers. And the other thing I find odd is the reason it's probably hit the papers now is the police are thinking we could do with some help trying to find these 4 men because they've not got them. So there's a shout out for help without a description of what we've to help with. Because we've failed to describe the perpetrators that the police are looking for. They've just asked us. And what I'm going to do is, just to be fair, I'm going to go to the Daily Record one, which is a bit odd because that's a Scottish daily paper, but that's the most recent. So I might look stupid here, but I'm going to go into the most recent one and just see if we've got a description of these people that the police are asking you and I to help them with, to help them catch. Now, I'm quite sure a place like McDonald's will have a lot of CCTV, etc. Why is that not showing me here? So remove that. Add. Oh, remove that. Just bear with me, guys. I'm not the best at this sort of stuff, so and I'm running solo here. Right, so I'm going into hopefully show you. It's not letting me share the screen. That's a bit nonsense. Try again. Share screen. Chemical attack. Share. There we go, we're in now. Right, so Daily Record, the most up-to-date version of the story we have, just went live at 2:27 with this story. Chemical attack at McDonald's sees 6 people rushed to hospital. Police have stressed that such behaviour will not be tolerated as an investigation gets underway. 6 people have been rushed to hospital after they were attacked with chemical at McDonald's restaurant on Tuesday. This is breaking news today. Emergency services were called to the fast food chain's branch in Waltham Abbey, Essex, around 5:30 on June the 24th after an unnamed substance was squirted on staff. Initially, they thought the liquid was water, but an ambulance was called after they suffered a reaction with their skin and eyes. The hazardous area response team was also in attendance. 4 suspects are said to have carried out the attack. A police probe is now underway following the incident. The Mirror reports, the Mirror and the Record are the same paper. Chief Inspector Terry Fisher from Essex Police said, luckily no one was seriously injured, but this type of violent behaviour will not be tolerated in Essex. We will be carrying out tests to understand exactly what type of fluid was used in this incident, and I'd appeal to anyone who witnessed the incident, has video footage or any other information, to contact us immediately. Then we move on. A spokesperson for the force added, officers have launched an investigation following an incident in Walden Abbey yesterday evening, Tuesday the 24th of June, where liquid was sprayed at employees in a fast food restaurant. We were called to reports of a disturbance where 4 suspects had gone into McDonalds on Highbridge Industrial Estate at just after 5:30 and squirted the substance at a number of people. And same again, they thought it was water. East Anglia Ambulance Service spokesman said 3 ambulances, 3 hazard area response team vehicles, a paramedic car and rapid response were sent to Highridge Street after reports of staff being assaulted with a chemical substance. 3 patients were transported to Princess Alexandra Hospital in Harlow, 3 to the North Middlesex University Hospital in Edmonton, North London. There lies the story. So now I'm going to just check again. Just let's see if we've still got the most up to date. So I'm going to do the same again, go into Google, go into the sort by and trick it into the most up to date, still Daily Record. So bizarrely enough, this thing happened 22 hours ago in an industrial estate in Essex, in Walton Abbey, which I would imagine is quite a busy place, in a place where a lot of people, customers, a lot of staff, particularly at 5:30 in the evening, you would kind of think McDonald's would be busy at that point. And they've got CCTV, and folk have got, cameras all over the place. And the police are asking for help, but don't have a description of people. Or you would think, can you help us? Here's a bit of a blurry video or a picture from CCTV, which I probably guess bet my bottom dollar on. There's plenty of this crime scene. Yet no description. Not one. In the most recent newspaper article about this breaking news that happened yesterday. Is it just me? Or is this a bit smelly again? And what I find bonkers, if you let me put this back up, if we go down in chronological order, 17 minutes ago, 51 minutes ago, 51 2 hours ago, Southend Echo hit it, Halstead Gazette 3 hours ago, Daily Star 30, that's not in order, fast it put in date order. However, this outlet here, the only one, had the story 17 hours ago, and it's not a mainstream British outlet. Is it just me? I'm kind of losing the will to live here. And I don't like this tactic that we see how we release stories out to the media. We're controlling the narrative. Why would you not release even a picture, a bit of fuzzy CCTV to say, does anybody know these people? There's no mention of whether it's been a terror attack or... I'm surprised we've not been told it was a lone... What is it they call it? A lone wolf? No. Lone attacker. Can't remember the term they use, but the term they normally use when they tell us, oh, you've nothing to worry about. Isolated incident, that's the one. We've not heard that yet. I don't know how long it would be. Thankfully, nobody's dead, so we probably know here that it's a Welsh choir boy that the people are looking at. So I don't like this. It stinks to me, and I'm just going to have a look through the comments just to see if anybody is local that may or may not have. It looks like Springburn, it's not me, but you're right, it does look like the drive-through up in Springburn, but then a lot of them will look the same. So I'm just going to go through the comments just to see if anybody has got anything Anything new to say? Just screening through that. That's great. Look, I'll get people from Australia tuning into my lives. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Heart News, nothing on mainstream as usual. Yeah, they're just catching up 22 hours later, right? Which is a bit weird. Somebody reposting. Thank you very much for that. Bonnie Scott, hadn't heard anything about that, but why would you? Why would we hear things in the media like people getting attacked in McDonalds by chemicals? But it's all right, because it wasn't that bad. There was only 4 men ran in that we don't have any CCTV from. We don't have any description. But please, if you can help the police, let us know. Maybe if the police gave us, and listen, I'm no having a pop at the police here, right? They only do sometimes what they're instructed to do. But remember when it was Liverpool and the guy with the van, and we suddenly get told, oh, we're coming out with a new way of releasing information. Like within 2 hours, with a description and age and the colour of the guy's skin. This one, 22 hours later, we don't have so much as a picture. And I know Liverpool, God forbid, was a lot more people injured and probably a lot more serious. But that we had a new narrative for that. Hereabouts was this, Waltham Abbey in Essex, mate. Same question here. Weird, there was a fire at Wendy's in town, most likely a chip pan fire, but recently the MOD terror threat was updated to heightened. There's also a siren going off this morning. Which town or city? Essex, Walthamstow, something is up. Yep. Portsmouth. Oh, that's just where you're from, Sergeant. Hi, Portsmouth. Lots of people. Goshawk Hosk. That's a peculiar name you have there. Playing it down. Hi, Craig. Just watched your Royston video and subbed. Thank you very much. Good of you to highlight what's going on there, pal. Keep up the good work. Yep, for those who don't know, that was the first Glasgow protest about asylum seekers, and I went along to Royston on Tuesday night. I don't know, Monday night, do beg your pardon, and got some footage, and GB News were good enough to invite me on yesterday, and we spoke about it on a live with Martin Dobney, so that was fantastic. Men, yep, apparently it's men. Sounds fishy, try to cover something up. Yeah, maybe they are, but maybe they're just not instructed to. But I find it weird that an outlet that doesn't appear to be a mainstream media outlet in the UK report on this 17 hours ago. But now all of a sudden all these British stories are popping up. Yep, Sergeant, I'm same as you. I think it's a bit weird. We've got no CCTV. We're looking for 4 men. Your guess is as good as mine, Proverbs. We're just looking for 4 men, right? So if anybody knows who these 4 men are, can I let police know? Because the police, after 22 hours, can't give us any description on what they look like, just that they're men, and no CCTV coverage. Can he put like a wee thing out saying we're looking for these guys? Does anybody know who they are? Oh, I didn't see that. Now Tommy's saying that the police have described them as white males. Wonder if you could put a wee link, Tommy, in the comments where you got that information, because I've just looked at the most recent one and I couldn't see that. That would be interesting development. Well, now suddenly, we've got a skin colour. That would be good. Craig, you definitely need mods to help. I know, but I just go blazing and just decide to drop you a hat when I'm putting lives out, to be fairly honest. So I can, it'd be quite difficult to get mods at my beck and call. Big fire on the golf course, suspected arson. That's horrific. Hi, Craig. Thank you for another awesome live stream. Keep up the fantastic work. I hope you and family well. They are. They're delightful, Craig, and thanks for being at almost every single live that I do. Just going to be flicking through these just to get possibly, but now Archeon, we've been told that whoever it was that said that there's when the police are now looking for white people, could they maybe stick a link into the comments below? So that's a newer one. Yep, somebody else saying described the 4 suspects as well and added they're carrying out a thorough investigation. So can we get a link to that so I can cover that? Misinformation and disinformation is claimed by the same people claiming misinformation and disinformation. I kind of, yeah, I'm with you on that, buddy. Somebody claiming here, look, acid attack. I'm kind of, I don't know, is the honest answer. I think if it was an acid attack, it would be far more serious and people would probably still be in hospital with acid attacks. Acid attacks are not in our culture. The only thing I can see so far, guys, is it's a chemical, which could or could not be acid. GB News, I hope they're covering it just now. Chemical attack, no mention. Is that how the government is going about transparency just now? few folks saying hello to each other. I see it happen shortly after 7 p.m. It was actually 5:30 yesterday, Proverbs. And the mainstream just hit on it now. I think this is particularly bonkers. Every area around car parks and McDonald's have cameras. Why not use them to description in the vehicles? Totally agreed, fans. This is nearly 24 hours ago. And now the police need help. We're putting out, obviously, word to the mainstream to try and cover it, to try and help them. But I can't see some people suggesting have now put a description saying 4 white guys. But I just find it bonkers that you wouldn't have in 24 hours some sort of CCTV. Try to find out. Go into the local McDonald's advert page, see the staff pics. Somebody suggesting drain cleaner again. We can only go on what we've been told, and it's chemicals. Yep, it's a horrible thing. No description. We'll know what that means. No description tells a story. And yeah, some people are suggesting that there's been a shout for that it's 4 white people, so let's no jump the gun with that one. Go that again. So I just want to flick through these just to see if anybody's seen anything that's been updated in the sort of 15 minutes that have been live. Yeah, that's something, Norrie, that I'm looking into. I've got a guy I'm trying to get to come on the podcast who has been a delivery driver for a long time. British guy, talk about the effects, but unfortunately he's a bit shy in talking on camera, which I can kind of understand. He needs to make a living. Let me just see if there's anything. Bagalone rules, aye, no doubt. Or a Yorkshireman visiting Essex. See, this is the third person that said this. Could you somebody put a link into the where this white males is coming from? I'd love to confirm that, but I can't because the ones I've looked at are not. Something on that transit McDonald's Linwood. I've got some intelligence to suggest that underneath the dual carriageway that splits the Linwood, you've got on the right hand side, you've got like the offices and warehouses, and the left hand side the retail park. That road's got a few underpasses because that used to be the car plant and they built cars on either side of the road. So there's a lot of underpasses that are still there, and apparently that has now got a few people homeless who don't look British. I just got that intelligence yesterday, so I might be taking a wee run out to Linwood, where I was brought up. I was born in Paisley, brought up Linwood till I was 12, and I might be taking a wee run out there in the next couple of days just to look into that to see what's going on there. Right, so I'm just still going to slick through here and see if anybody's managed to put a link to the stories where they've been described as white, because that would be a big development, which I'm not seeing. And obviously, if anybody knows anybody down there that works in the place, seen it, I'd be delighted to get them on the show and talk to them about what they seen. Right, somebody's saying GB News are saying the Essex police described the 4 suspects as white males and added, okay, well, thanks for getting back to me there, Road with Purpose. As I say, I've just used the most recent one, which was Daily Record, and I'm just going through, see if there's anybody. Yeah, lady saying GB News, etc., saying it. Thanks very much for that, guys. And put 2 links in. What's this question? Try to control public temperature, I'm sure of it. Possibly, yeah. So there we go, guys. It looks as if the police have now, possibly since I went on live, now suggesting that the people concerned that are looking for are white. But nobody got to back that up with CCTV, which I find most peculiar. I do genuinely find that odd. That 24. So there's 2 things just for those who come in late to the stream. Yvonne, you're asking about the incident in Edinburgh. I believe that was a gun they found. which kind of makes sense because for 4 days they cordoned off an area and the police weren't telling anybody what they were looking for. And I believe they found a gun. And that kind of makes sense why you wouldn't tell people you're looking for a gun, or loads of people might be down there looking for a gun. So yeah, I think that was a handgun that they found. Somebody's late tuning in. It's down in Essex, mate. Right, so as I say, 2 things I find. Oh, hello. Don't know what's happened here. I've lost my camera. I'm now on my wee one on my laptop, which is not so great and makes me look as if I'm the Ribena man, so I do apologise. But aye, 2 things I find a bit odd about this situation. There we go, we're back in the room. It's 22 hours ago this happened. It's now breaking news across all major outlets. We didn't have on any of the things that I could find a description of these 4 guys, and now some people suggesting that they're white, and that's great. Could you send us some pictures so we can maybe help you with your inquiries? That would be fantastic. But the maddest thing for me was just the fact that this thing's happened yesterday. And if I can go back to here, this is my Google right now. I'm going to refresh the page. I've got sort by date order, and the newest one I've got is 32 minutes ago, Daily Record. The other one's coming up for an hour. But yesterday, if we keep going down, see this one here? A foreign, or not UK, mainstream media outlet told us this story 17 hours ago. And we're getting it as if it's just happened. That to me is bonkers. So listen, thanks very much everybody for tuning in. As I tell you everybody, when I end this, there's going to be a 2.5 minute video of stuff that I seen when I went to Cali last Thursday there. I don't know how to get ready. Right, this is a new thing for me. This new thing with StreamYard. So you'll get a wee thing. If you've not seen it, you might be interested. If not, just disappear. So listen, thanks very much for tuning in. There's been some good numbers again for quite a quick update. And if you want people to share this video, click the thumbs up, put some comments below. Within about 10 minutes of this finishing, it'll get put out by YouTube automatically as a normal standalone video. Click the share, click the like, put some comments below. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to see the lives when they come out, hit the notification and I'll give you a notification as soon as I hit a live video. But most important than all that, unless you're the type of person that A, goes into McDonald's and sprays things and staff, right, that's pretty pathetic, right? Or B, the type of people who don't tell the good British public about it. And then C, when you do and you want us to help you find them, don't put out a picture. That would be quite good. Well, unless you're all the people, no you. But everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.